must make you proud to see all that Father has done, all that he has built.
Find any technical documents you should...
Attention. This is a notice to all personnel. Please think of your brothers and sisters down below.
Looking for medical assistance, soldier?
Thoroughly secure all gear while on the flight deck.
Doctor?
All right, soldier. You'll be...
You don't have cures for chem addiction, do you?
You're strung out, all right. I got something that can clean you up. All done. Any other complaints?
No, we're done.
All right. You watch yourself out there, soldier.
The Institute, for Maxon and for the Brotherhood.
Nice work bringing that rogue synth back.
You are authorized to access my stock of supplies.
Let's see what you got.
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure, with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally, things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ayo has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. We're still monitoring the increased activity around Fort Independence, but there are no immediate signs we should be concerned. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Excuse me, but sir, are you sure this is, well, the proper time to be discussing that? Considering, I mean, given all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
Of course.
Really? Well, there's no shame in being out of the loop, as it were. The project has been classified for quite a long time. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
What kind of compromises?
We have at times had to rely on drawing power from above-ground installations. It risks personnel and equipment, but no longer. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Sounds like an important step.
That's an understatement. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir.
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I'm not overly fond of putting my own father in harm's way, he has proven more than capable of handling himself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please. As I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
No!
You can't
Please,
be serious!
everyone, please. I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
You're dying?
I'm afraid so. A very aggressive form of cancer. Believe me when I say we've done everything we can. We can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my father as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really?
How can you possibly justify this? He isn't one of us. He isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my father has already proven himself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
Unit B592 is undergoing the reclamation process as we speak. Before long, he'll be back in workforce.
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once. I'm sorry, Father. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
What would it mean to be in charge?
Most divisions of the Institute are fairly autonomous, perfectly capable of functioning without intervention. Where those divisions interact, however, problems can arise. You'd lead the Directorate in setting policy, resolving disputes, and the like. There's no question that some of the Directorate and the Institute at large will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead for all of us, but for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
From what I hear, that rogue synth at Libertalia was a real menace. Glad it's back where it belongs.
Son.
I hope you realize how important mass fusion is to our overall goal.
Sounds like those raiders at Libertalia were quite a handful.
We are honored to welcome you here.
I have to admit, the third generation synths are really something.
X688 sounded very impressed with your work at Libertalia. He doesn't give praise lightly.
Unit X688 speaks highly of your combat skills.
Greetings, sir. Reporting status. All functions normal.
Father's work has been a real inspiration for me.
Report anything suspicious to the SRB.
Good to see you.
Scanning unknown identity. Clearance confirmed.
The latest synth generation is just amazing. Those guys in robotics are working miracles.
Clayton.
I'm glad you're here. I'd like to conduct an experiment, but I need some assistance with it. I believe we can improve the growth rates of our crops by using mutated cells, such as those found in supermutants. To test this theory, I'll need a tissue sample from a particularly strong supermutant. I expect I'll eventually need several such samples, but let's just start with one.
I've got one right here.
I'll take that from you. Yes, this will do nicely. I hope those super mutants didn't give you too much trouble.
What? No reward for my efforts?
I suppose that's a fair request. I was going to take these over to the SRB, but here, you take them. You face at least as much danger as any of our coursers. It might be necessary to gather more samples. So check back with me later if you can. Again, thanks for your help. I couldn't do this without you.
Please don't get any germs on me.
Blue, something's not right here.
Hey,
Shoot!
Piper.
You look like you could use a pick-me-up.
Nothing else for now.
Okay.
I don't envy you. Succeeding father isn't going to be easy. A successful mission on all counts, sir.
Hi.
Ready for the next mission, sir?
Have you got all the gear you need?
A full loadout, as usual.
Let's move out.
Right behind you, sir.
Bringing that rogue synth.
The future of mankind has never looked brighter. It makes me proud to serve.
I'm sure some of the others will question your appointment as our next director. Don't let it bother you.
What's going on?
Dr. Higgs and Dr. Loken have decided to protest your appointment as Father's successor. They've taken control of the bioscience security systems and cut off our food supply.
That kind of insubordination can't be tolerated.
Oh, great. Like I don't have enough problems.
Well, I'm sorry you've been inconvenienced, but solving personnel issues is part of an administrator's job.
Maybe I can reason with them.
I believe I can help with that. I can unlock the maintenance tunnel that leads to the bioscience observation room. From there, you should be able to communicate with Higgs and Logan. If you can't reason with them, you can use this holotape to access the command functions on the observation room terminal. That should give you some options. Just please, try to talk to them first. Use violence only as a last resort. Here we are. Just give me a moment. There. It's unlocked.
You must die now, human.
Sensor predicting damage.
When will they learn? Never know what you might find.
Aha! I thought I heard something. Made it past the guards, Impressive.
Dr. Higgs.
If you've come to change our minds, then you're wasting your time.
I know you're angry, but there's a better way to handle this.
Oh, you're wrong. You see, I've tried talking. For years, I've suggested that we do things differently here, but nobody listens. Let's see if anyone can afford to ignore me now.
Father believes in me. The least you can do is give me a chance.
How could you hope to lead us when you hardly know anything about what we do? I'm sure you mean well, but you must see that it's an impossible task.
Maybe, maybe not. All I'm asking is that you keep an open mind.
I'm sorry, but our minds are made up. Both Dr. Loken and I have resolved to stand our ground.
Can't you at least give me a chance?
A chance? What do you think, Max?
Even the most fastidious researcher must sometimes take a leap of faith. I say let's give it a try.
Very well, then. Open the door, and let's return to the fold.
Synths, abort command override and resume normal functions.
Hey.
I'm listening. Yes.
Your thoughts?
The world will be better off once the surface dwellers die out.
That was it?
Sure.
Operating at full capacity. All systems nominal.
You have a lot to learn if you're really going to be the next director of the Institute. I honestly thought Dr. Lee or Dr. Holdren would be appointed to succeed Father.
Bravo! I admit I was fearing for the worst, but I can see that I underestimated you.
I'm starting to get used to that.
I apologize. I won't doubt you again. There is one further matter to discuss. Obviously, some kind of disciplinary action must be taken here. The question of what form it takes is up to you.
Put them on probation. Limit their access to quarters and non-working areas.
That's more than fair. I'll see to it that everyone's notified.
Good decision. Those men could still have a lot to contribute. They just need to learn their lesson.
I'll take that holotape back. I also wanted to offer you something as a more personal expression of gratitude. I know that your work often takes you to the surface where supplies are scarce. I gathered these items together for you. I think you'll find them useful.
Nothing to report, sir.
Heads up.
What do you need?
Excuse me.
What is it, sir?
Your thoughts?
Should get in some more target practice.
What are your thoughts on our relationship?
I think our relationship would improve if you'd start taking your role with the Institute more seriously.
Nothing else for now.
Sure.